Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 77 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that, of course, today is Force Friday. We are getting a ton of new reveals. In fact, the other day, thanks to, of course, Entertainment Weekly, Empire, you name it, we've been getting a lot more interviews from J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, talking about the film and the characters that are indeed involved with this story. That's really going to conclude everything related to the Skywalker saga on top of all of this. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to Palpatine as a character, this is where things begin to get very exciting. What J.J. Abrams was able to explain and confirm about Palpatine, and of course actor Ian Mcdiarmid, and how it's all going to be used and applied in the upcoming story, of course, of Episode 9. Now, specifically, the Rise of Skywalker marketing is now in full swing, with today being Force Friday, with this week also introducing many interviews by J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, where it's explained that J.J. Abrams was able to confirm that Palpatine is back in the flesh, just as he was in the prequels and the originals, and that Ian McDiarmid's performance is said to be him providing a brand new type of Palpatine that he believes fans will enjoy. It's described that JJ also confirms that Palpatine will redefine the Force in the upcoming installment, and that this is said to put Rey and Kylo Ren through an act of desperation. One of the big challenges was creating a bridge between Palpatine in Episode 3 and 6, and that JJ explains that Palpatine will be used in two big ways that will express weakness, strength, and manipulative behavior. JJ describes that the new Palpatine as a take by Ian McDiarmid that was based on the Palpatine from Ralph McQuarrie's concepts from Return of the Jedi. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and as to why this is a big deal. Now, first things first, the one that really stands out to me the most is how Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker is going to redefine how the fans will look at the Force. So this is a big deal because this most likely has something to do with Palpatine using a brand new power that's going to exceed of anything that we have seen before in the prequels and the originals. And I believe it alludes to the actual poster that we saw a couple of months ago over at Celebration, and of course with D23 we got more interviews from J.J. Abrams explaining more elements of Palpatine. The other thing is that Palpatine is indeed in the flesh. Now, this most likely had something to do with the reshoots of Episode 9 that took place during the months of August and, of course, September, and even as we speak right now, Ian McDiarmid did a lot more scenes for The Rise of Skywalker, and the one that really stands out to me as well is how, of course, Palpatine's role in the film is said to be a bridge, if you will, between the Episode 3 version of Palpatine and, of course, the Episode 6 version of Palpatine, and that JJ actually explains that Palpatine's behavior in this movie, or his use, or how he's utilized in the film, is actually set to express weakness, strength, and manipulative behavior. Now, the thing that really intrigues me is weakness. So what does that really mean? Does that mean that we're going to actually see a weak Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker, or could it very well have something to do with just a hidden weakness that Palpatine is going to express in The Rise of Skywalker between himself, Rey, and Kylo Ren? Now, the thing about that is that this film really is going to give us a different version of Palpatine. That's one of the big things by JJ, is that we're going to see a different version of Palpatine beyond any other Palpatine from, of course, the prequels and the originals. So they wanted to create a brand new version of the character by Ian McDiarmid that would be far more sinister, not just in design, but as far as how Ian wanted to act out as the character. Now, like I say, this really is a big deal, because I think the fact that Palpatine is still alive in his original body, and the fact that that's going to be explained in The Rise of Skywalker, could it very well mean that that actually takes away from Anakin Skywalker's sacrifice / Darth Vader sacrifice at the end of Episode 6, or is there going to be some kind of twist to it all that's going to change our mind? Now, nonetheless, how he actually survived is going to be explained in the film. A lot of scenes of Palpatine were changed for The Rise of Skywalker, and that's why a lot of reshoots took place in the late summer, now leading into the fall, as we are here right now. So the last piece that I do want to go over, of course, is that Ian McDiarmid, you know, we do know that he actually wanted to really just play the character Palpatine once more. It kind of alludes to what we went over about a year ago when Ian said that he would never want anybody else to play Palpatine, and it was a big story. A lot of people were talking about it on whether or not that's a big sign of his return in The Rise of Skywalker, and what do you know, here we are. So, I cannot wait to see exactly what Palpatine is going to look like in the upcoming trailer for this film, which should be dropping in just a couple of weeks. And by the way, guys, we are going to get a new look at Palpatine in the upcoming footage. That's going to be one of the key shots of the upcoming trailer, the final trailer of this film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.